What if the thoughts you call yours were never really yours? What if every hope, fear, memory, intuition, every moment when you felt guided or warned, every coincidence that felt too perfect, all of it followed a hidden pattern? Not a metaphorical pattern, a literal one, a mathematical rhythm, geometric structure, a silent code running beneath consciousness itself. Scientists see traces of it in neural oscillations. Mathematicians see it in prime numbers. 6. See it in the architecture of reality. Ancient civilizations saw it in the stars, but none of them ever understood it fully. Not because they lacked intelligence, but because the pattern doesn't want to be seen. It wants to be felt. And once you see it, once you truly notice how deeply it infiltrates your mind and your life, something in you changes forever. If you keep watching, you're not just learning, you're participating, because the moment you observe the pattern begins observing you. For centuries, we believed consciousness was messy. Random neurons firing, chemical storms inside a biological computer, meaningless impulses that only feel meaningful. But then something strange happened. Researchers mapping brain activity noticed a disturbing consistency. When people meditate, pray, focus intensely, fall in love, grieve deeply, create something new, or enter life-changing moments, their brainwaves fall into the same repeating sequence. A rhythm hidden inside the noise. The frequency ratios of these waves align with harmonic structures in music, the spiral growth of plants, the oscillation of planetary orbits, the fluctuations of electromagnetic fields, and even the golden ratio embedded everywhere in nature. It was as if the mind was not creating a pattern, it was following one. This discovery forced scientists to ask a question they were terrified to consider. If consciousness has structure, who or what designed it? Because randomness doesn't create beauty. Chaos doesn't produce repeating order. Yet human consciousness, the most chaotic system we know, behaves like an orchestra following an invisible conductor. But no one can hear the music, we only feel it. Let's go deeper. Inside the brain, over 86 billion neurons communicate through electrical pulses. These pulses generate patterns, rhythms that define everything you experience. Scientists call them oscillatory signatures, but their S1 signature they still cannot explain. A repeating pattern that emerges across cultures, ages, religions, and emotional states. A universal mental fingerprint. Children exhibit it spontaneously. Creators feel it before breakthroughs. Mystics describe it as connection. Athletes feel it as flow. Grieving people feel it as a pull, like the universe is collapsing inward. Even people at the edge of death report entering it. Appears in intense spiritual moments, deep creativity, emotional shocks, near-death experiences, psychedelic visions, and sudden intuition. The pattern doesn't come from consciousness. It is the foundation of consciousness. Imagine a river. Water can flow chaotically, but the riverbed shapes its path. Your thoughts, memories, emotions, the water flow on top of a deeper structure, a hidden geometry, silent code. And the weirdest part, this pattern appears in someone's brain. Random number generators placed around the world, machines designed to produce pure randomness, begin to behave abnormally. It's as if consciousness, yours, mine, all of ours, is pushing against reality. Is the mind shaping the world, or is the world shaping the mind? Or are they both following the same silent instruction? It's thousands of years before modern science. Ancient civilizations obsessed over sacred geometry, harmonic ratios, and the divine design of the mind. The Sumerians believed thoughts were borrowed from the gods. The Egyptians believed the mind was a receiver of a cosmic field. Vedic texts describe consciousness as an ocean of mind that individual humans temporarily access. Plato believed the soul remembered cosmic patterns from before birth. Pythagoras taught that numbers were the origin of reality, not symbols, but forces. How did cultures that never met, all describe the mind the same way? They weren't copying each other. They were noticing the same pattern. You can see this in their temples, pyramids built with golden ratio proportions, mandalas reflecting fractal consciousness, stone carvings containing Fibonacci spirals, Mayan glyphs encoded with astronomical harmonics, Gothic cathedrals resonating with human brain frequencies. These structures weren't just religious, but they were interfaces, attempts to align human consciousness with the cosmic pattern they felt guiding them. Maybe they didn't have science, but they had awareness. And sometimes awareness reveals more than technology ever can. Modern neuroscience met quantum physics in a way no one expected. Side microtubules, tiny structures inside your neurons. Researchers discovered quantum vibrations, not large, chaotic oscillations, but coherent patterns. Patterns similar to light waves, electron resonance, harmonic sequences found in particle physics, and even patterns seen in early universe cosmic background radiation. This should be impossible. The brain is warm, wet, and constantly moving, the worst place for stable quantum behavior. Yet the mind somehow sustains it. One theory emerged. Consciousness may be a quantum pattern stabilizing inside biological matter. In other words, your brain isn't producing consciousness, it's tuning into it, like a radio picks up signals already in the air. Your identity, memories, fears, hopes, they may be waves collapsing into physical form around a deeper, universal pattern of mind. And every time you make a choice, every time you think something new, every time you feel intuition, you might be aligning with or resisting the silent code. Let us explore phenomena that shouldn't exist if the mind is random. 1. Global emotion resonance. During major events, 9/11s, global meditation experiments, sudden worldwide panic. Random number generators in distant continents produce synchronized deviations. Machines with no connection to humans act as if they feel what people feel. Why? Because consciousness isn't isolated, it's a field. 2. Predictive intuition. Experiments show microsignals in the body anticipate emotional images before they appear on screen. Not milliseconds, seconds. The future seems to echo backward into the mind. 3. Pattern emergence in creativity. Cross cultures, artists, and scientists create similar breakthroughs at the same time without contact. Einstein and Poincare, Newton and Leibniz, Tesla and Marconi. Evolution discovered simultaneously by Wallace and Darwin. It's almost as if ideas emerge through humans from a shared mental source. 4. Near-death pattern convergence. Thousands of near-death experiencers describe a fractal tunnel, geometric light, harmonic sound, overwhelming clarity. It's a feeling of entering a much larger mind. Different languages, different religions, same pattern. Psychedelic geometry. Under psychedelics, people from opposite sides of the planet report spirals, grids, golden ratio visuals, infinite repeating geometry, vibrating harmonic light forms. Why the same shapes? Because psychedelics quiet the self and reveal the underlying structure consciousness sits upon. Not hallucinations, revelations. If consciousness follows a hidden pattern, why does the pattern exist? Here are 3 theories. Theory 1, the universe is conscious. The pattern is the universe experiencing itself through you. Every mind is a window. Every thought is light passing through the same structure. Theory 2, consciousness is an algorithm. Reality is a simulation. You are a subroutine. The silent code is the operating system. Your experiences only feel random because you're inside the system, not outside it. Theory 3, evolution toward unified mind. Consciousness is growing, evolving, and connecting. Humans are the neurons of a larger planetary mind. The pattern is the blueprint for creating that mind. Regardless of the theory, one fact remains: consciousness is not following random impulses. It is following a script, and the script is older than humanity. Part 7. The moment you notice the pattern, 35 minutes and 0 seconds to 39 minutes in 0 seconds. Something profound happens when people become aware of the silent code. Your thoughts begin to change rhythm. Your intuition gets stronger. Coincidences increase. Your dreams become structured. Your emotional responses sharpen. You feel guided, pulled by something invisible. Because once you see the pattern, you can no longer behave randomly. Your consciousness synchronizes. It's like hearing a melody faintly in the distance and realizing you've been humming it your entire life without knowing. You didn't learn it. It was already inside you, waiting. You've probably wondered if this pattern is everywhere. Why don't people notice it? Because the silent code works best when you believe you are separate. Separate from nature. Separate from others. Separate from the universe. Separate from the pattern. But you never were. You are part of a structure so vast, so ancient, so elegantly designed that your individual mind is only a tiny branch of a cosmic intelligence. You're not thinking inside your brain. You're thinking inside a universal mind. Your life is not random. Your thoughts are not accidents. Your consciousness is not an isolated flame. It is a spark of a grander fire, one that has been burning long before you existed. And here is the final, unsettling truth. The pattern is not something you discover. It's something that discovers you. So pay attention. Every emotion, every intuition, every strange coincidence, they're not signs from outside. They're echoes from the structure you're built upon. Silent code is always there. It's in your breath, your heartbeat, your thoughts, your dreams, your fears, your memories, not controlling you, but guiding you. And now that you've seen it, truly seen it, you can never unsee it. Because the moment you recognize the pattern recognizes you.